In the darkness of the night, the screeching sound of brakes echoed through the air. Someone in the crowd screamed, "Someone has had an accident." A young girl, Emily Carter, lay unconscious on the ground, her golden hair soaked in blood. She was 19, with delicate features and bright green eyes that once sparkled with dreams. Now, her face was pale, lifeless. An ambulance arrived and rushed her to the hospital. The doctors examined her and shook their heads in despair. Michael Adams, a middle-aged physician with a calm yet serious demeanor, sighed deeply. "She is alive, but her brain is unresponsive. She may never wake up." But Nurse Sarah Thompson's eyes caught something unusual. She was a compassionate woman in her late 20s, with warm brown eyes and auburn hair neatly tied back. There was a strange glow in Emily's eyes, as if life was still hiding somewhere within them. Sarah believed she could come back. Every day, Sarah sat by Emily's side, cared for her, and spoke to her, even though she never responded. "You know, life never gives up. I know you can hear me. You have to come back." Sarah repeated these words daily, her voice filled with unwavering faith. Months passed, but Sarah never lost hope. Adams often advised her, "Sarah, you need to accept reality. The chances are slim." But she only smiled and continued her routine. Sarah took it upon herself to ensure Emily was never alone. She read books to her, played soft music, and even talked about her own life. "You know, Emily, I wasn't always a nurse. I used to be afraid of hospitals. But then, someone saved my life when I was young, and I decided I wanted to do the same for others." One evening, as she sat beside Emily, holding her hand, she suddenly felt a slight movement in Emily's fingers. Sarah's heart pounded. "Did you just move?" she asked, astonished and delighted. Emily's eyelids fluttered, and slowly, she began to open her eyes. Her once-lost green gaze met Sarah's, filled with confusion and fragility. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes. "You came back." Dr. Adams rushed in, astonished. "Emily? Can you hear me?" Emily whispered weakly, "Who am I?" Sarah smiled and gently held her hand. "You're Emily Carter, and life never gives up." The road to recovery, the days that followed, were filled with uncertainty. Emily's memory was a blur. She could not recall her past, her family, or even her own name without being reminded. It was as if she had been given a blank slate, a life reset. Sarah became more than just a nurse. She became Emily's anchor. She helped her with simple exercises, encouraged her to speak, and patiently answered her endless questions. "What was I like?" Emily asked one morning as she sat up in bed, her voice still weak. Sarah smiled. "From what I've heard, you were full of life. A dreamer. You loved painting, and you had a cat named Whiskers." Emily looked down at her trembling hands. "I don't remember any of it." "That's okay," Sarah reassured her. "You don't have to remember who you were. You can decide who you want to be now." Weeks turned into months, and Emily's strength gradually returned. She learned to walk again, step by step, with Sarah and Dr. Adams guiding her. The hospital staff cheered for her small victories, each movement, each word, each moment of recognition. One afternoon, as she sat by the window, Emily turned to Sarah. "Do you ever wonder why some people get a second chance?" Sarah nodded. "All the time. But maybe it's not about why, it's about what you do with it." Emily watched the sun setting outside. "Then I want to make mine count." Facing the past, one day, a woman walked into the hospital. She had tired eyes and carried a small, worn-out photo in her hands. "I'm looking for my daughter," she said to the receptionist. "Her name is Emily Carter. She went missing after an accident months ago." The receptionist's eyes widened. "Ma'am, she's here. Please follow me." Sarah was sitting with Emily when the door opened. The woman gasped, pressing the photo to her chest. "Emily." Emily looked at her, confused. "Do I know you?" Tears streamed down the woman's face. "I'm your mother." A long silence filled the room. Emily wanted to feel something, but there was nothing, just emptiness. "I don't remember you." Her mother nodded, her voice shaking. "It's okay, sweetheart. I remember you. And I will love you no matter what." Sarah placed a reassuring hand on Emily's shoulder. "You have time to rediscover everything, Emily. There's no rush." In the following weeks, Emily spent time with her mother, looking through old albums, listening to childhood stories, and visiting familiar places. Slowly, glimpses of her past returned, Not all at once, but in small, precious fragments. A new beginning months later, Emily stood outside the hospital, watching the world with a newfound appreciation. She was not the same person she had been before the accident, but that was okay. She turned to Sarah and Dr. Adams. I don't remember everything. Maybe I never will. But I do know one thing: I want to live. Sarah smiled. And that's the best place to start. As Emily walked away with her mother, a new chapter of her life unfolded. One not defined by her past, but by the choices she would make. And in her heart, she carried the lesson Sarah had taught her: life never gives up.